Welcome, my name is Nick DeMagistris. I'm with Transwest Trucks out of Brighton, Colorado. We're here today with one of our new 2022 Western Star 4900s with a foremost 1600 HD Hydrovac body. The chassis is a new 2022 Western Star 4900. It's got a Detroit DD15 engine, features an Eaton 18-speed manual transmission. On the back end of this truck, we'll start about here. Foremost manufacturers, all of our Hydrovacs features a 70-inch insulated van body. It's heated and insulated. Both sides have different purposes. So this side is more for tooling for the truck, PPE gear, spare filters, different things like that. It has a big heater in there. This access hatch also does remove, so you can service the transfer case. You just pop that out and you're able to access to service and change out your fluids, and if you need to inspect anything while you're under there. All of our trucks come with the first service kit included, so you've got an extra filter, you've got all your oils and different things you'll need for your water pump, your hydraulics, your transfer case and stuff like that. Microwave, heaters, everything like that. These trucks are designed to be out in the field working for long periods of time, so it's good to have all the tools you'll need on hand. As we work down the truck here, you've got chain hangers. They're tucked out of the way, kind of nice and convenient. You've got safety idle down on one side of the truck here as well as the other. All your dig tube extensions are clamped in. They're stored neat behind the box. On this side, this is your your filter house clean out. So this is where your filter go. You'll clean that out every day. This truck has a Robushki 125 blower. That'll do 3,800 CFM at 27 inches of mercury, so full power on that. This is what I call a fixed tank kind of design of a truck. So what that means is it doesn't actually hoist a dump. It has a fixed tank and an angled floor. So if you look right here, you can see a weld that runs from the top to the bottom. The bottom half of this truck holds the water and the top half will hold the spoils. So on this model, it holds 1,600 gallons of fresh water and it holds 13 cubic yards of debris. And that's an actual true 13 cubic yards. It's been tested out so we know the actual volume that we're putting in the truck. As we work our way back, all of our 1600 HD models, they feature a Hydrotech sludge pump for offloading. It's not standard on our SDs, it is an option however, but on the HDs, every one of them comes standard with that. So if you need to offload material, you're pumping it away from the truck, it comes with that. Also has the grounding cable, so you just need a bonding mat. You can ground your truck for areas that you're working. On the back as well, you've got heated decant valves, so these are a little bit bigger. They've got insulated heat wraps around them. They also do run coolant off the engine, so it keeps these valves in the winter time in the cold areas of the country. It keeps them warm from freezing and prevents anything like that. As you can see, there's LED work lights on the back, and there's also 2 backup cameras, so that'll actually split between both sides, so you can see a good view of the back of your truck. Those are waterproof. You can hear, so if you're yelling to your operator, your driver in the truck, they can hear you from outside. All your hydraulic controls here, so every truck comes standard with 2 remotes. In the event you happen to lose a remote or both of them, you can still operate the truck and keep working all day. Your tank float to tell you when your debris is getting full. One of the neat things that Foremost does when they build trucks, they kind of keep them as simple as they can. Like figure the less moving parts, the less sensors, the less computers, the easier they are to fix and troubleshoot if you have to. This truck has an 8-inch boom hose, and we usually neck it down to a 6-inch dig tube. They're aluminum dig tubes. We can do poly or aluminum, but we do include both on there. You've got more heated valves here, just to get anything that's a low point or could be freezing. They've wrapped and insulated so that way there's nothing exposed. Right here you have your sight glasses for your water, so as you fill your water tank or you're using it, you can see accurately where your water level is at. And then your water lines from the tank to the truck is really the only exposed part where water is going to be traveling. So as you can see from the back of that tank to the pump house, it's all wrapped and insulated, and it's got a heat trace line on it. So you don't have to worry about your water freezing while you're working in cold temperatures. The other side of the van body, if you look in here, you've got your cat water pump. You've got a hose reel. Now the trucks can be set up with a 2-station system. This one is actually just set up with a single. It is air assisted, so when you reel the hose back in, you can just use air to pull it back in. This has a Dynablast boiler, glycol system, so all of our trucks do come standard. with cold weather packages. That's part of it. So the heat trace lines, the insulated lines, the boiler, the glycol system, all that is designed that way you don't freeze your truck. We also have our hydraulic tank in here. There's ball shutoffs right there, so if you do have to change a hydraulic line or there's a leak, you can cut your hydraulic supply off, or if you need to change it, just makes it really easy. These trucks also come with a banjo pump, so if you're trying to pump water onto the truck, you just run a line out and one to your water tank, and you're able to onload your water without having the need of a hydrant or a secondary pump to do it. They all have inverters as well, so if you look up there, you can see a 3,000 watt inverter. That also comes on all of our trucks. And then your manual control panel there as well. That's where you pretty much put everything in to go to work. If we want to jump in the cab real quick, we can show you that as well. So on the interior of the Western Star 5700, it's got all the bells and whistles, extremely comfortable, easy to drive. As we talked about outside, it's got the backup camera system on which the screen will show you the left hand and the right hand side. And if you're able to, you can favor one side or the other. If you're backing up on a job site or you just need to favor one side to get a better view. To reset it, you just kind of go back to the neutral position and it'll kick back over. The other cool thing on these is all of our trucks come standard with onboard air scale systems. So they show you real time what your front axle weight is, your rear axle, and then overall weight. And then it translates it out to the remote. So on the RCOM remotes, it actually gives you real time what your truck weighs loaded. So if you're in a sensitive area where weight's an issue, if you're hauling hydrovac spoils, bore mud, just liquids, whatever it is, you'll know real time what your truck's at. So if you realize I can only be at a certain limit, you'll know that before you leave the job site. Other than that, it's got all the normal bells and whistles, Jake brake, CB radio, all the good stuff on that. But overall, really well designed and extremely comfortable to drive. So, like I said, Detroit DD15 engine, 505 horsepower. It's got an 18-speed manual transmission, and pretty much all the bells and whistles on a comfortable truck and ride that you can have. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your sales rep or just dial 303-301-7500 and ask for the Hydrovac division.